Alright, so I want to talk about a little bit of a controversial and maybe a bit more of a personal topic today, and that is about Resident Evil 0 needing a remake way before they even consider making one for Code Veronica. Now I know Resident Evil 0 got a HD remaster, so technically it did get remade, but beyond the point, there are so many systems in this game that bug me. I like 0, I enjoy playing 0 every now and again, but there are so many things in this game on a gameplay level that bug me, that really need to be looked at, so I want to go into that today and talk about it. First of all, the big one. Okay, so original Resident Evil games 1, 2, 3, 7, Code Veronica, they all have an iron box because you have limited inventory. So what that basically means, when you have no slots left and you have an item on you that you're not using, you can just put it in the box, and then throughout the game when you find another one, you can open it and it'll be in there ready for you, unless you're playing on a certain difficulty that doesn't allow that to happen. And this game also follows that limited inventory, so you've got limited slots for items you can use, and some take up 2 slots. And the thing is, there's no item box in this game at all, not one. And you have to drop things on the floor and leave them somewhere where you're going to remember where they are, and then go all the way back to them and find them again when you need them. And it's especially annoying for that harpoon gun right there, because you have to drop it all the time. It takes up 2 slots in your inventory. You have to put it somewhere you're going to remember where it is, and then you have to go all the way back to it, pick it up, go all the way back to where you need it, use it, and you probably have to drop it again because you need to pick up more stuff, and it's just beyond annoying. I don't know why there isn't one. It doesn't make any sense why there isn't one, and it's just a small thing because it really does just get infuriating, especially if you're trying to do it quickly and then you have to go all the way back to find this one item. Usually, I know there's lots of people in this out there that play 0 a lot and they are good enough to not have to constantly backtrack, but for someone like me who doesn't play it much, but is quite good at it, it is insanely annoying to deal with. Next up is the controls. The controls aren't bad. They're very much similar to the Resident Evil HD remake, but you have to control 2 characters at once sometimes, and that can be annoying. It has its benefits, but it is also annoying. Like, if there's a room full of enemies and you're both your characters are in the same room, you have to kind of control both of them so they don't get killed. You can kind of use them to skip through rooms quickly, but that requires some kind of positioning and using of the commands for the characters and stuff. But it's still annoying to have to control 2 characters at once in a game that has fixed camera angles. Like, it's very infuriating. Now, I've played the game enough to kind of know how to do that and, you know, where to put them to make things easier and stuff like that. But for newer players trying to get into the game, controlling 2 characters at once on screen can be really frustrating, especially if one of them is just dying all the time or has, like, no weapons because you've given the weapons you want to the character you play more. And it just gets to a point where it's just quite frustrating to deal with. Simple solution in the remake is make the sections where both characters are available, make one an AI, and maybe if you need to switch, which the game does make you do because only Billy can do certain things that Rebecca can't, just make it like a one singular button press to like quick swap, and then have the other character be controlled by an AI for a little bit. Even keep the commands in where you make them wait, because you can kind of, in 0 you can kind of switch characters wherever they may be if they're both active. So, as you saw then, obviously Billy was in one of the train cars, and you press the button, and you swap back to Rebecca, who's a few doors away. And it is good to, again, get around the game quickly, but it can be annoying, especially in combat scenarios where both characters are involved, and you kind of have to make one wait while you clear the room as the other, and it can get a bit tedious. Another thing as well, and someone who's played this game more than me can probably explain why this is the thing, but what are some of the animals to deal with in this game? Like, there's monkeys, there's zombie monkeys in this game. And that bit just is so annoying on a hard difficulty. There is frogs, for some reason. There's a giant scorpion to fight, which to be honest isn't really new. We've had giant snakes and all that kind of thing, so it's not anything completely weird. But there's a lot of animals in this game, and I don't know why, but it just kind of gets under my skin a little bit. I don't know why. But in terms of a remake for 0, all I would say is make it so that your second character is AI controlled while you're doing stuff, and still give them the option to kind of wait where they are or come with you, and obviously let them fight for themselves. With the item boxes, just add one in, please. Just add a few in somewhere along the line. I don't want to have to run back and forth all the time to find my items, especially the harpoon gun. But other than that, the game's solid. Like, it's really good. It looks good still. The controls actually are quite good if you're playing as one character, but there's so many things on a mechanical and gameplay level in this game that are worse than Code Veronica, and that is saying something, because I think that game is very dated now. But yeah, I think 0 needs the attention more on the gameplay side of things than Code Veronica does. But as always, let me know your thoughts down below. Do you like how 0 plays? Do you want to see it remade over Code Veronica? Would you want to see like Resident Evil 1 or Resident Evil 0 kind of remade together as one big game? If you were to see Resident Evil 0 remade, what improvements would you want to see, if any? But yeah, thank you all for coming by. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe for more Resident Evil content, and I'll catch you in the next one.